What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. Dugai, coming at y'all with another live Q&A. I'll be with y'all till about for about an hour today, yo. A lot to get into, man. Obviously, the number one team in the country, the LSU Tigers, just continue to keep rolling and rolling and rolling. Go to Ole Miss, get a 58-37 win over the Ole Miss Rebels on the road. The Philadelphia Eagles, man, struggling with injuries, man. Don't have any healthy wide receivers. And the wide receivers that they do send out there apparently cannot catch the football. Um, Jordan Howard unexpectedly got injured. Went toe to toe with the New England Patriots at home. Just fell short, man. Just fell short. Didn't get it done. Miami Heat continuing their hot start, man. 9-3 on the season right now. Um, LSU basketball has gotten started. Won 2 games, dropped one, got another game tonight at home. Um, a lot of things going on, man, in the world of sports, man. I'm gonna be with y'all for the next hour. Appreciate y'all coming through, yo. What's up, Sir Nando 27, yo? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Prayers to you and your family, man. Hope everything is all right with y'all, yo. Going on, Mr. Duga. I hope you had a great weekend like I had. Best 2 days of sports events, going to see my Spartans versus Michigan, then going a little more south to Detroit to see my boys beat them Lions. Yeah, man, that's what's up, yo. I know it didn't go too well for Michigan State versus Michigan, unfortunately. I would have liked to see y'all get that victory. But yeah, Dallas got it done, man, against Detroit. Glad you got to take that game in person, yo. Looked like it was a very, very entertaining game. So, basically as an Eagles fan, I don't like y'all. I can't stand y'all. But hey, man, I got respect for y'all, bro. Glad you got to enjoy that weekend, man. My Saturday was a lot better. My Saturday was a lot better than my Friday and my Sunday. But that's how it be, Mo. What's up, Tigers fan 024? What's going on? How you doing, yo? Appreciate you tuning into the live. What's up, Big Pain? Appreciate you tuning into the live. If we don't get speed around Wentz is over, we need to address that first round now that the corners look good. Yeah, what I think we should do next season, in my opinion, I think every wide receiver on this roster, with the exception of JJ Ortega-Whiteside, should be gone after this season. And yeah, that does include Deshaun Jackson, yo. Alshon is getting old. As we can see, Aguilar is not reliable, and we can't really expect Deshaun to stay healthy. What I think we should do is I think we should sign Robbie Anderson because he's going to be a free agent. We should sign Robbie Anderson and draft for receiving like the first and the third round, yo. 3 brand new receivers, with a veteran deep threat. And I think, next year we'll be all right with the running backs, re-sign Jordan Howard to go along with Miles Sanders. And I think we'll be all right, yo. But yeah, man, we need speed at receiver, man. It's bad out there with a bunch of underneath wide receivers that can't consistently get open, yo. What's up, Tiger Raven 18, 2018? Appreciate you tuning into the live. I can't wait for the Ravens versus LA Rams game. Yeah, that's gonna be a big one, yo. That's gonna be a very, very good Monday night game. Shout out to your Ravens, man. I didn't think they would beat Houston like that, man. That was pretty impressive, yo. Houston is a good team, man. And for them to just complete, like they said, Deshaun Watson has not lost a game by like more than 8 points. I think since he was in maybe before high school. Like I don't recall him losing. You are no better than I do when it comes to that. I don't recall him like getting beat like that at Clemson. Maybe his freshman year he did. But big time win for Baltimore, man. Baltimore looking real formidable right now, yo. What's up, Six Ink? Appreciate you tuning in. What's up, Mr. Dugai? LSU getting the W, but I think Eagles will get the L. Seahawks and Russell are too much for them. I mean, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Yeah, LSU obviously should win that game. It would be tragic if they don't. I'm actually trying to see if I can attend that game. I'm gonna check a couple of things out. Um, believe it or not, man, I got a solid feeling about the Eagles this week. I know it's against the Seahawks. I know Russell Wilson is an MVP caliber, the MVP candidate this season. I know they rolling coming off a bye after a big win on the road against the 49ers, giving them their only loss to this point. But I think with Jordan Howard being back, I think with Alshon Jeffrey potentially being back, and with us just really needing to get this win, because after this game, before the Dallas game, man, the Eagles' schedule just gets real. Like, I think somehow, somewhere, the Eagles might pull this thing off, yo. Can't wait for Saturday. I'm going to the LSU versus Arkansas game. That's what's up, yo. I may be there also, man. I may be at that game also, yo. If I'm going, I'll probably if I do go, I'll probably do a short video that morning, letting everybody know I'll be there. And if you spot me out there, come holler at me, man. Come let me know who you are. Come holler at me, man. I'm very approachable, yo. What's up, Lenny D? Appreciate you tuning in. Wentz didn't play great, but it's not all his fault. Wentz has legs. We need to call plays to have him roll out on bootlegs, put him under center, and roll him out. I completely agree. I was calling for that, man, at halftime for that Eagles-Patriots game. Dropping Wentz back to throw the ball to these receivers who cannot consistently create separation, I just felt like was not a good idea and was not a good game plan. That we needed to get him on the road. Even if we don't, I wanted to see at least a couple of quarterback draws, maybe even a read option here or there, and let him roll out and throw the ball. What I'm starting to think, though, is that I don't know if it's a Wentz thing or if it's a coaching staff thing. And another thing, he may not be as explosive of a runner as he was before the ACL injury. And it seems like they really want to protect him. But, I mean, he used his legs against Buffalo. He used his legs a little bit against Green Bay. I felt like that would have helped, because it buys more time. As bad as your receivers are, as good as the other cornerbacks are, the longer the quarterback has to throw, at some point, bro, you're going to get open. So that's why I was upset, like you said, he didn't roll him out or do things of that nature. But, man, this wide receiver core is terrible, man. It got to be like, if not the worst, one of the worst wide receiving cores in the league, man. I know that I'd take Devontae Parker from the Dolphins right now on this team. I'd take Tyler Boyd from the Bengals right now on this team. And Austin Tate on this team, yo. Like, some of the bottom feeder teams, I'd take McLaurin, a guy who we could have drafted. You know what I'm saying? I'll take him on the Eagles right now. Some of these teams that's like fighting for the number one pick in the draft got better receivers than the Eagles do, yo. It's just crazy, man. No game for Clemson this week, man. Oh, that's what's up, man. Lately, it seemed like it ain't been no game for Clemson every week, to be honest, man. They took apart, man. They really took apart a very decent Wake Forest team last week, man. It seems like Clemson's starting to come into form a little bit, man. Though, we can question the schedule a little bit, but I mean, hey, you got to play who's in front of you, and Clemson been dominating whoever's been in front of them, yo. What's up, Get Money? Appreciate you tuning in. What's good, bro? What do you think about my Vikings versus Seahawks next Monday and our chances in the playoffs? Score and good luck to your Eagles. Man, I was worried about your boys for a little bit on Sunday, man. I was looking at that score like, what? It was, 20-0 Denver was up? But, hey, man, shout out to Minnesota, yo. In the past, Kirk Cousins would have probably folded in a game like that and just let the game just snowball, like bad on top of bad on top of bad. But shout out to him, man. Shout out to that team for showing resiliency and fighting back and getting a win. Minnesota and Seattle next week. That's gonna be a good match. I'm glad Monday Night Football is starting to actually have some good games too, by the way. That's a good game, man. I think it's in Seattle, right? I think it's in Seattle. If it's in Seattle, I might have to give the edge to Seattle. But I tell you what, Minnesota is in good position right now because they look good, man. Dalvin Cook has been amazing. Like I said, Kirk Cousins is playing well. Stephon Diggs, after a real slow start, has stepped up, and that's without Adam Thielen out there. Kyle Rudolph stepping up, making plays. The defense, the defense has really good personnel on it. Though I did see Harrison Smith had left the game with a little hamstring issue. But Minnesota is very much in the thick of this thing. I mean, they still really in contention for the division. Green Bay got to go to San Francisco Sunday night. And they still got to meet just like the Eagles and Cowboys got to meet week 16 in Philly. Green Bay and Minnesota got to meet week 16. I think, yeah, that's a Monday night game, in Minnesota. So Minnesota's still much in play for the division, or even if not, they definitely a wild card team, and they got the talent really to beat anybody, yo. What's up, JR214? Appreciate you tuning in. Y'all got Alshon. What y'all tripping on? He old. Like, Alshon is old, man. Like, Alshon got old, man. Like, now granted, he still could create enough separation when it's like 3rd down and 5 or 3rd and 6, which does come in handy at times. But man, Alshon done got old, man. Like you can see that. What's up, Buccaneers 54? Appreciate you tuning into the live. What's up? What's going on with you, man? What's up, Conroe Girl? Appreciate you tuning into the live. Conroe Girl in the house. That's what's up. Appreciate you being here, yo. Do you think Dalvin Cook and Madison are the best 1-2 punch running back in the league? They up there. Let me see. They got some other good 1-2 punches like Green Bay got a solid one with Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams. Minnesota, they up there. They up there. Denver, Philip Lindsay and Royce Freeman, yeah. Kansas City kind of got like a 3-headed thing going with McCoy and the Bo Williams guys. The Chargers got a solid one, Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler. I can't really say Mixon and Bernard because they ain't won a game this year. The Eagles are one is okay. Jordan Howard and Miles said it's not as good as that one, but they okay. Yeah, they one of the better ones, yo. They are one of the better ones in the league. I like Madison too, man. I like that rookie. I think that was a great draft pick by Minnesota too, yo. Taking some of that pressure off of Dalvin Cook. But if not the best, it is definitely up there, yo. Would you blame all the holes of offense on Howie? Because I would. Maybe not all of it. Yeah, the reason I blame it on Howie is because, not granted, to be fair to him, before the season started, a lot of us, and including myself, felt like this roster was really legit. When you looked at, but what we failed to realize is that these guys, we didn't take into consideration how old these guys were. And I don't get on him as much. The only trade that I feel like he definitely should have pulled the trigger on is the Jalen Ramsey trade, because not only would he have helped this team a lot this season, and I know that Darby and Mills have actually been playing solid lately. I got to give it to them. But they both free agents after this year. Unless you can get them both to come back on a real cheap deal, you would have one of the better cornerbacks in the league for years to come. But besides that, I can't get on them too much about, the only one I could get on him for not taking a chance on Josh Gordon, because I get that he don't really want to use his draft picks right now, because this team is older. And I think after this year, a lot of our older Super Bowl guys are going to be gone. And you need as much young people on this roster as you could get. So I think right now we got 10 draft picks next season. So, yeah, it's his fault. But at the same time, if Deshaun was healthy, this offense would look a lot different. Like, if all of the guys on offense would not get injured, would play every game, the offense would be much more productive. But the problem is, you know that Deshaun Jackson has a history of getting injured. You know Alshon is starting to get a little older. You know that Nelson Aguilar is good when he's like a third or fourth option, but he's not dependable when he's like a first or second option. So this does fall on Howard, yo. And it's funny because the Eagles could still win this division, man. Now, granted, if we win the division unless somehow Deshaun is healthy and plays and everybody healthy and plays, besides that, I don't think this team could beat Green Bay or New Orleans, or Minnesota or any of these teams in the playoffs. If if Deshaun ain't out there. So they could still win the division, but next season we gotta blow this thing up, man. Like, how are we gonna have to really hit on these draft picks, yo? I feel like the Patriots game was a trap game, just a smug because none of our main players was available. But Patriots defense is real though. Yeah, I felt like that's the only game. Like, I do my preview videos every week, and out of all the games, that's the only game that I felt like we was going to lose. Like, going into the game, I'm like, the other 4 games I felt going into those games, I wasn't 100% confident, but I looked at scenarios like, okay, if this happened, that happened, we win. The game, I'm like, I just didn't see it because knowing that there's no Alshon, there's no Jordan Howard against that secondary in particular, and we didn't have a Jordan Howard to bang against, their defense. So I felt we was going to fall short in that game. But with that being said, if we beat Seattle Sunday, which I think we can, everything that we want is still right in front of us. So, the Patriots loss isn't too bad. That's saying if they go ahead and beat Dallas Sunday. You know what I'm saying? What's up, GH City Blue Devil? Appreciate you tuning in. Any news on Mason Rudolph getting some discipline for his part in the Rumble and Dog Pound? Actually, for a friend. Apparently, it looks like he got a significant fine, but he didn't get suspended. Let me talk about that real quick. I was kind of busy Thursday and Friday, so I didn't really. And Saturday, I was caught up with LSU and everything, and the Eagles Sunday, so I didn't really get a chance to do a video about that. I seen it the next morning, and I'm just like, wow. Like, I know a lot of people want Mason Rudolph to be suspended, and I didn't quite think he would get suspended, but I did definitely think he deserved some type of fine or some type of punishment. Because he did instigate the whole thing. He did hit Myles Garrett in the groin. He did try to pull his helmet off. He acted like a little wimp. You know what I'm saying? Trying to act all fake tough guy and all that. And Myles Garrett grabbing him about 7 yards with his face mask, I thought was bad, but I felt like that was a justifiable reaction to what was going on. I felt like if he would have only did that, maybe he get a game, but maybe he get slapped with a big fine. But man, you cannot hit somebody. I mean, you cannot hit somebody in the head with your helmet, man. Like, you can't. That is like, that's a charge. Like, that is a charge, man. Like, if I'm in Walmart arguing with somebody and I grab a helmet and hit them in the head, I go to jail for assault with a deadly weapon. Like, if the padding part, you see what's lucky for Rudolph is the padding part, like at the bottom of the back of the helmet, caught him in the head. If any part of that crown would have caught Rudolph in the back, in the head, man, it could have killed him or just significantly hurt him. And I'm telling you, when Garrett hit him, he wasn't like, oh, well, let me make sure I hit him with this part. Like, he just flipped and snapped, yo. By the grace of God for him, the padding part hit Rudolph in the head. Because like I said, he didn't intend to hit him with the padding part. He just flipped and just was like, it's like anything in his hand at that moment, Rudolph was going to get it, yo. And yeah, I know some people feel like Rudolph should have got just as long as a suspension, or I just don't see it that way, man. I just felt like What Garrett did was completely unnecessary. Rudolph started it. He should have got fined or whatever, but you can't hit nobody in the head with a helmet, man. That's just a bit much, yo. What's up, Cowboy X Factor? Appreciate you tuning in. Hey, what's up? Eagles defense played well against Patriots, so I got to ask, can Dallas Cowboys go up to New England and beat Tom Brady? Honestly, I hope y'all do not. Like, I'm gonna be wearing my New England Patriots pom-poms and cheering for them. But to be honest, man, it could have Dallas can win that game. The reason Dallas could win that game is because, Ezekiel Elliott, taking pressure off of Dak Prescott. The Patriots have the best secondary in the NFL. So Gilmore is going to be matched up with Amari Cooper all afternoon. So maybe Michael Gallup, who has been playing well lately, can win some of his battles against Jason McCarthy. And Randall Cobb, who's also been playing well, can win some of his battles in the slot. But if I'm Dallas, I'm going out there to pound the ball. Because I'm going to say this, New England's offense ain't great this year, yo. I mean, the Eagles defense played well, but I'm going to tell you, like, watching that whole game, the Patriots offense is not great this year, man. Like, they don't really have receivers like that neither. The thing with them is they have Julian Edelman, who is a consistent receiver that could get open underneath. But, they don't have no deep threat like that. And they don't really have, Ben Watson caught one nice pass in the seams, but they don't have receivers like that. And the offensive line isn't great. So for Dallas to win the game, the defensive line got to get after Brady, and they have to run the football. And, use play action pass, and hit Randall Cobb. Because you got to expect Cooper not going to have a big day with Gilmore tied to him. You got to use play action passes and take your shots with Michael Gallup and, take your shots with Randall Cobb. Now, granted, you're going to throw Cooper some passes. You ain't going to just not throw your best receiver a pass at all, regardless of who. I don't care if Dion on him. But they can win that game. Like, honestly, they can. Before the Eagles played them, I thought it was no way. But watching them, the Patriots are not that great, yo. So Dallas can win that game. Absolutely. But, of course, I hope they don't. What's your opinion on Kaepernick's situation? Yeah, that's a good question, man. I see that Stephen A. Smith has some strong words about the whole situation. I see it's a lot of back and forth going on, with guys like his former teammate and former LSU Tiger, Eric Reed, coming at Stephen A. Smith. It's a situation where it's like, I don't know if he really want to play football. I think, and I don't think he really should pursue it like that. I feel like, just my opinion, I feel like he has a much bigger platform right now than football. Because with football, it's like, it's that perception out there. Like that, I don't know, all the teams that really need quarterbacks right now are going to look into the draft. They're going to look at, Jambalaya Joe Burrow. They're going to look at, even though he's banged up, they're going to look at Tua. They're going to look at Justin Herbert. They're going to look at all these guys here. So I don't think nobody is going to want to bring him in to be the franchise quarterback. And I just feel like he has too much power right now to be a backup quarterback. It is a little mind-boggling. I know he's working out and he wants to, the way he arranged the whole thing, I agree with Stephen A. It was a little strange the way that whole thing went down and, the shirt and everything. But me personally, man, I just feel like he should focus on something bigger than football, man. He has a chance to be, if he takes certain steps to be like this generation's version of like a Malcolm X or something like that. Just going out there, going in the communities, talking to young men, trying to get, talking to young men and young ladies in the neighborhood, trying to bring peace to the whole situation. And, also talking to police, man, for this situation for everything, because it is a lot of police brutality out there. A lot of people don't want to see it, but it's out there. It's happened in our own backyard right there in Baton Rouge, yo. And I seen the video, it was terrible. Like, it was awful. Prayers to Alton Sterling's family. Um, and I know a lot of people have issue with him kneeling for the anthem. I feel like you should be able to do what you want to do. Like, he's came out and said it's not like at the military. He said that, but people still take it that way. And granted, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I just feel like that the football thing should just be, because what you gonna gain out of it besides money? You're gonna go somewhere to be a backup where nobody, because now what's gonna happen is it's gonna cause issues in the locker room, it's gonna cause issues with the fan base. And it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is today. And I feel like he's bigger than that right now. He's a bigger symbol of life than that right now. I feel like he should, focus more on, things off the field, which he's been doing that from what I understand. I just feel like with football, man, it's just a bit much, man, because, on one hand, you have him who, that's what he does. That's his livelihood. But at the same time, he's not going to be that guy that he was when he was with the 49ers, driving them at the end to win the Super Bowl. And at the same time, owners are it's almost like it is a PR stunt. It's like they're going to go there to, we're going to check him out and support him. But let's be honest, these owners really don't want to sign him, because you're not bringing him in to be your franchise quarterback, and you're not going to bring him in to be a backup when people are going to have a problem with him being a backup. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going to be focused on him, and he's your backup quarterback. So I just feel like he has an opportunity to really, put himself out there and do great things in the community and really stand up, getting the community because we got to come together. We can't just sit here and think we can't sit here and think that all police are bad because what a few no good people did. But at the same time, people can't look at, a lot of men of minorities and feel like we criminals and troublemakers, you feel me? So we got to find a way. He could be that guy that kind of bridge the gap and bring everything together, yo. But as far as the football aspect of it, man, it kind of is a waste of time, to be honest with you. The Seahawks offense is a real test for our defense, but the Seahawks defense ain't the Patriots defense. I feel like we can upset the Seahawks. They call plays like if Foles is still there, no, he's gone. We have to make the offense wins friendly. I completely agree, yo. I really think the Eagles could win this game. Like, and you're absolutely right. Now the thing is, it does look like Tyler Lockett will be back for them this week. They got some good receivers, some big receivers, but they're not really. We just can't let DK Metcalf get behind us, man, because he's gonna run a go route. Like, DK Metcalf is gonna run a go route. One of the reasons he dropped in the draft, and a team like us took JJ Arcega-Whiteside over him is because they said his route tree wasn't very expanded. So if we don't allow go routes and we put some type of pressure on Russell Wilson, I feel like we'll be okay defensively. And you're right. Their defense, though, Clowney could get after the passer. Bobby Wagner is still one of the, if not the best middle linebacker in football. There's chances, there's opportunities against their secondary, yo. And there's opportunities to run the football. So I definitely do agree with that. I got Philly winning against Seahawks because Philly got their backs against the wall. They gotta win. I agree. I agree, yo. We backs against the wall. We at home. We need this game. This kind of like a Lamyop type of game for Seattle. I think we get it done, yo. I don't know whether to be worried for my Saints or not. They throw away a game and then win the next. Saints all right. Like, the Saints are all right, man. It's the NFL. It happens, yo. The Green Bay Packers went to the Chargers and lost was now like 19-0 at one point. It happens. Like the Baltimore Ravens got blown out at home by Cleveland. So, the Saints shouldn't be worried about that, man. They came off of a bye. They overlooked Atlanta a little bit. Atlanta came in desperate. It's their rival on the road. It's their Super Bowl. Andrews Pete got injured, and the Saints didn't really have much of a game plan at backup guard. Before Warren Eason got a whole week of practice, and he did great Sunday. He actually played really well. So I think the Saints are all right, man. They'll get Lattimore back soon. Um, Drew Brees is starting to get more and more into a rhythm. Kamara is starting to get more and more healthy. Just don't worry, the Saints are all right. Plus, they pretty much kind of won the division already. And excuse my language. Nah, you good. What's up, Irish Panther? Appreciate you tuning into the live. Hey, dude, guys, what are your thoughts on Pete Alonso and Jacob deGrom of the New York Mets winning Rookie of the Year and Cy Young? And how did Mike Soroka get one vote? No disrespect, but how? I agree with you on that Mike Soroka thing. I seen that and I was just like, come on, bro. Like, he was like arguably one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, yo. Which is one of the reasons I'm still furious about Snit only letting him pitch one game in a 5-game series, yo. But that's a story for another day. But it's well deserved. It's well deserved, yo. Like I said, basically Pete Alonso broke a rookie record in home runs. Guy just jacking balls everywhere. And trust me, as a Braves fan, Jacob deGrom is something serious, man. 2 games I think about a game when the Braves, we was on like an 8-game win streak, and we played the Mets at home, and we were scoring like 8, 9, 10 runs a game. And deGrom came to SunTrust Park and completely shut us down. And then I think about that Friday night game with him and Fote going into extra innings, like just a complete pitcher's duel. So yeah, it's well deserved, yo. And there was no really other, I guess you could throw Flattery out there for St. Louis late in the year. Scherzer obviously missed a lot of time. Strasburg didn't really get hot till like the second half. So yeah, I felt like it was well deserved for both of those guys, yo. Trade Alshon for Randall Cobb. I don't think that's gonna happen. We ain't gonna make no trades with that, man. That's just not gonna happen. So when's Deshaun Jackson supposed to play again? Boy, he's on IR right now. Apparently he has a chance to return from IR week 15 when we would play against the Washington Redskins on the road, the game right before the Dallas Cowboys. So yeah, if he comes back, it would be basically before the Dallas game, if he comes back. Clemson plays at South Carolina at noon next week. But why are Gamecocks looking at firing Will Muschamp if my Tigers kill him next week? That Appalachian State loss was really ugly. It's funny because it's funny that Vanderbilt came out and was like, Derek Mason is our coach next year. And it's kind of like, yeah. If anything, honestly, I would think that Derek Mason would be gone from Vanderbilt and Will Muschamp would get one more year with South Carolina because, I mean, they played well, against Alabama early on, and they beat Georgia on the road. Now, granted, the Appalachian State loss was real ugly at home. But I think Will Muschamp should get one more year, but it does definitely look like, from what I'm seeing, that if Clemson does destroy it next week, that's it for him, yo. It's amazing because I feel like he should get one more year, and I think that Derek Mason kind of outdid his welcome in Vanderbilt, but it looks like it's the opposite going on. So what do I'm not an AD, so if we had Alshon Jeffrey in the Patriots game, we would have did what we do best, go for the jump ball to tie the game, or do what Brunson said, should have put Goddard on that catch maybe. Yeah, the problem though is that, it was a zero blitz, and they don't really throw it to Goddard too much down the field. If it was the Hail Mary play, that's different. But the 4th down play, you just kind of just throw it up, and like you need somebody obviously Aguilar is the fastest receiver we do have out there, and need him to go get the ball, and he just didn't track it like he always do. Like he just not gonna make those type of plays. He come up small in those type of situations. Um, Alshon would have helped against New England for the simple fact he would have took Gilmore away from like Ertz and away from like Aguilar, But if we get him back this week, I feel like the Patriots loss not gonna hurt us too bad because even though I am a little nervous. I do think Dallas has a chance to win that game. I wouldn't have think that a couple of weeks ago until I seen the Patriots really good on Sunday. But I do think New England get that win, and if we beat Seattle, I think we perfectly okay. Bro, shout out to this channel, man. I like the content, bro. Keep it up, man. Hey, greatly appreciate it, yo. I greatly appreciate the support, man, from you and everybody tuned into the channel, yo. Thanks everybody a lot, yo. I hope Jason and Moore watch how the Eagles did a lot of screen passes and get Zeke and Pollard in the pass game, especially with crossing. For them, like, you got to run the ball. Like, to beat New England, which I felt like Dougie P got away from it a little bit too much, too early. But at the same time, Sanders is not a pound you 20 times a game type of running back. Apparently, Jay Ajayi wasn't ready to play since we just signed him Friday. And Boston guy Scott honestly had no business being out there. So, Dallas got more weapons than the Eagles right now. So if they run the ball and use play action passes to, like you said, across the middle with Cobb and with Gallup, they can move the ball on them. The problem with them, they gotta understand that, hey, Gilmore, you take your shots with Cooper because he's your best receiver, but you gotta go into this game knowing that Cooper is not gonna be your leading receiver basically. I feel like Howie should have pulled the trigger on Robbie Anderson trade. The reason why I think he didn't do it is because, the Jets are not gonna keep him, obviously. I think the reason he didn't do it is because I think we get Robbie Anderson in the offseason. I think we sign him. The Jets get back a third round compensatory pick for him. And they wanted a second round pick. So basically, we could have gave up a second round pick this year for him, or give up a third round pick for him next year, or keep a second round pick and have Robbie Anderson under contract. So I think that's kind of similar to when, Wentz rookie year, we thought about trading for Alshon Jeffrey or for Torrey Smith when we didn't, but then lo and behold, in the following we signed both of them. So I think the reason he didn't pull the trigger for him is because he's gonna go to try to sign him next season. What do you think the Texans need to do to bounce back from the loss against the Ravens? Whew, yeah, that was a tough one. I was kind of surprised by that one, yo. Baltimore looking good right now, man. Baltimore is looking really good, yo. But I think Houston is okay. They got Houston got to win Thursday. Houston got a huge game with the Indianapolis Colts on Thursday Night Football in Houston. And that game is for first place. Both teams are 6-4. And Houston got to win that game because if they lose that game, you basically fall 2 games behind the Colts because the Colts beat them earlier in Indianapolis, so they would have a tiebreaker. So I think what they got to do is just do what they normally do. And just understand that, hey, these things happen. We ran into a buzzsaw. We ran against a team that's playing really great football right now that was just absolutely ready for us. So what they got to do is just get up, shake themselves off, and just go out there, play good football Thursday against the Colts. And, if I had to put money, I think they'll be all right. I think they'll get it done. Marlon Mack being out for the Colts is a huge loss for them. So to bounce back, they just got to go back, get to the bases, yo. Run the football a little bit with Carlos Hyde and let John Watson, be great hitting up DeAndre Hopkins and those guys. What's the point of making the playoffs if we just going to get bounced first game? You need to collab with Lord Brunson. I do agree that if we make the playoffs, we probably go out early. Like I absolutely agree with that. And I wouldn't mind, man. Lord Brunson is great, man. Eagles fans too, if y'all haven't, man, y'all check out Lord Brunson, man. He got a great channel going, yo. Yeah, I would love to, yo. If everybody reach out to him, man, I love to get to chat with him a little bit, man. I checks out his channel. He showed me a little love on my channel last year in the playoffs. But yeah, he got a great thing going, man. Great YouTube content, yo. What's up, Spunky 1991? Appreciate you tuning in. What's going on? Do you think Lamar Jackson is the MVP? He's been the best player to watch this season other than McCaffrey and Russell Wilson. He blew out the Patriots. Right now, he is. Like, right now, he is the MVP of the NFL at this very moment. Now, granted, there's still a good bit of football left to play. Russell Wilson is up there coming on strong. I don't think, even though McCaffrey has been amazing and Michael Thomas has been amazing, obviously I think they're going to give it to a quarterback, unless like a running back or receiver have like a record-breaking type of season. But right now at this moment, like Lamar Jackson is the MVP of the NFL, yo. Baltimore Ravens torched the Patriots defense. Yeah, they did. Like, I seen that game, man. They definitely took it to them, yo. What's up, Chandler Hodge? Appreciate you tuning in. What's up with triple header on Sunday? Seahawks versus Eagles, Cowboys versus Patriots, Packers versus 49ers, Monday Night Football, Ravens versus Rams. You are absolutely right. I am looking forward to Sunday, man. That's three great matchups, yo. My Eagles and Seahawks, obviously, that's a big one for us. Obviously, as Eagles fans, we all going to have our eyes on that Cowboys-Patriots game, for division purposes, and just the fact you want to see a good football game. And that 49ers-Packers Sunday night game and that Ravens-Rams Sunday night game, if you just a football fan in general, those are some very, very entertaining games to watch. Yes, I agree with you. Like, Sunday is one of them days, man, you get up, do what you do, whether, you go to church, whether you cook or whatever you do, and then you sit back, and watch football all day, yo. What's up, Brian Dennis Stadium? Appreciate you tuning in. Saturday was a tough day for us Alabama fans. Yeah, man, I bet it was, yo. Honestly, yo, granted, it's a tougher day for y'all, but it's a tough day for college football fans in general, man. Let me say this, man. Alabama fans know that I can't stand y'all. I don't like y'all. But at the same time, man, like, I like watching really good players. And Tua is a very good player. And I know a lot of people are defending Nick Saban in this situation. I'm not. Like, I really believe that Nick Saban shouldn't have had him out there. I see this press conference saying that, oh, you can't guarantee you're gonna win. My thing is this: put Mac Jones to start. Now, I know Mac Jones didn't put up no points in the second half like that. I get it. The game was already decided. Put Mac Jones out there. If you fall behind 7-0, you fall behind 10-0, you put Tua in for emergency situation, or you up 35-7. Like, take him out the game. The man that ran a million 2-minute drills, yo. Like, the problem is because Alabama lost, and because Alabama won't have a quality win except for maybe a 4-loss Auburn team, that Saban want to get style points. Like, he want to run up the score against Mississippi State. And that was the problem with that. So, yeah, it was frustrating, man. I was very upset at that, yo. And I do feel bad for Tua, his family, and I do feel bad, for Alabama fans in that situation. Tua going to lose a lot of money. He was going to be either the number 1 or number 2 pick in the draft. Now, some people saying he could fall to the middle of the first round. Some saying he could fall late first, early second round. Because now there's not only with this injury, but the history of injuries, yo. So I just feel bad for him, and I think that's just very unfortunate, yo. Saban didn't need to play Tua; they still would have beat State. Yeah, I agree. They would have beat Mississippi State. Isn't very good, yo. Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Arkansas, those teams are not great. Alabama could beat them teams with their backup quarterback. I mean, they beat Arkansas 48-7 with Mac Jones, man. Like, they would have won that game with him, yo. I think the Cowboys will start to turn it on because defense and the running game is trash now, and Dak playing great. But late in the season, everybody gonna start playing great. Dak is playing well. I gotta give it to him. But the Dallas defense is suspect right now. Jeff Driscoll put up what 27, 29 points on them. Though Tom Brady's offense been struggling, I think they're gonna have some success on Dallas defense. Dallas got the type of defense that if they don't get a sack, they're gonna give up yards down the field. You know, they got great pay. They got DeMarcus Lawrence. They got Robert Quinn. They got Michael Bennett. They got guys, you know, Jalen Smith is a great blitzing linebacker. You know, if they don't get home to the quarterback, they give up big plays down the field. So yeah, like for them, they got to get pressure on the quarterback. I do agree, but this conversation wouldn't be happening if Tua didn't get hurt. I do think that Nick Saban don't care about his players. Statement is ridiculous. Tua did beg Saban to let him play. I mean, it's like like as us being parents, you know, you got to know what's best for your child. The fact that if Tua didn't come into this game already with an ankle injury and this happened, nobody could. Hey, things happen. Nobody, just like him getting hurt against Tennessee, things happen, you know. But the fact that you could see him after the LSU game, back practically, whether he was really that hurt or it was politicking, he dragging his leg off the field. And what, like less than a week later, because that game was a 2:30 game Central, this game was 11 a.m. Central. You can't put him out there. And okay, granted that he don't care about his player statement may be a little harsh, but the reason I make that statement is because if you go back and look when Nick Saban was with the Miami Dolphins, there was a player on that team that dealt with serious mental illness. And he was crying and telling Saban that he can't practice. And Saban just was just ridiculing him and just letting him have it. Like, no, you're going to be out here on this field. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I thought back about that. And I thought back about if Alabama had beat LSU, I don't believe Tua would have been out there like that. You know, the fact that it's like he wants a champ, which granted all coaches want championships, but this guy is worth a lot of money, man. Like, it's bigger than wanting to run up the score against Mississippi State. It's bigger than that. This guy is a top 5 draft pick. This guy is going to do to make millions of dollars. It's no point in having him out there. Like, that's where it bothers me, yo. And, you know, now granted, you know, y'all know Nick Saban, you know, Alabama fans know Nick Saban more than I do. I give you that. But just from an outsider looking in, that didn't look cool, yo, like that. And I'm not the only one feel that way. Like, basically, you could see Paul Feinbaum in so many ways saying the same thing. You know, I seen Dan Orlowski on Get Up basically saying the same thing. Like, Paul Feinbaum said he's surprised it wasn't more criticism headed towards Nick Saban way. And he feels like where the heat is going to get big on Nick Saban is around draft time, when people see how far Tua going to fall in the draft. You know, like, you can't have that guy out there at that time, yo. Eagles need Bama wide receiver, Judge Judy. Y'all love to have him, but the problem is I don't think the Eagles gonna be picking that high. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Eagles won't have that high of a pick. Judy gonna go like top 10. So I tell you what, I take Ruggs. Like, I take the other Bama receiver, Ruggs, if we could get him. With that being said, I absolutely think Saban should have been the boss and not let him that game. I agree. Like, you the boss. I'm sure that these players don't want Nick Saban. I done seen Nick Saban chewing out players for the littlest things on the sideline. I remember A.J. McCarron, his freshman year or something, they was blowing out some team and he did something crazy. And Nick Saban absolutely ripped him on the sideline on national TV in front of everybody. I'm pretty sure AJ McCarron didn't want him to do that. Like, but hey, he the boss, so he gonna do what he want to do. I'm pretty sure Jalen Hurts didn't want Nick Saban to pull after Jalen Hurts basically went only lost one game as a starter, well, 2 games as a starter in 2 years, took him to a national championship game and took him to another one. And I'm sure Jalen Hurts didn't want Nick Saban to pull him at halftime of that game neither. But Saban was the boss. He put Tua in there. So like he the boss. He whatever he says goes, yo. So in that situation, you gotta pull him. Uh, well, he could have rested that game in the next game so he could be ready for Auburn. Now I feel that Auburn might have a better chance now. Yeah, like that's what I would have done. If Tua would have not played against Mississippi State, or if he would have not played against Western Carolina and this injury happened against Auburn, you know what? I can't get mad at him because hey, he did rest them. Even if the injury happened against LSU when he didn't play against Arkansas and he had a bye week, I can't get mad at him. Like, yo, you gave him some recovery time. He just played in a big time drag him out battle the week before when he's dragging his foot off the field. From what I understood, he didn't practice all week. Like, he didn't need to play in that game. That's where I have a problem at with Saban, yo. What's up, Give Me Cash? Appreciate you tuning in. Dallas Cowboys will win the East. Eagles will lose to Seattle. I heard Dallas was gonna win the East after week 3, and I heard the Eagles was gonna lose to Green Bay, to Buffalo, and to all Chicago and all these other teams. So whatever. uh LSU should be able to handle Georgia easily. That Bama versus LSU game was the SEC championship. Now, I do agree Alabama is better than Georgia, but, we can't sleep on them, though. Georgia is a very talented, capable team. I do believe LSU is better. I do believe that Alabama is better than them. And you may be absolutely right that Alabama LSU was the SEC championship game as far as being the best 2 teams in the SEC. But any given Saturday, man. I mean, that team got 5-star athletes too, so LSU got to come to play. What's up, Master Chief 0970? Appreciate you tuning in. Go Hawks, fly Eagles, fly. What's up, Louisiana Banks? Appreciate you tuning in. Slow down, Brian Denny. Georgia is a really good team, but we'll see. Yeah, I agree. LSU is better. I believe Alabama is better than Georgia. But I agree with him. I agree with you on that. But I mean, we can't take them for granted, man. Especially the way LSU defense been playing in the second half lately. Their defense is good, but their offense has shown no improvement whatsoever. I agree with you on that, but I mean LSU defense been suspect lately, yo. What's up, Ice Cream Man 504? Appreciate you tuning in. Hey, Ice Cream is all good, my brother. Appreciate that, yo. Go Hawks. When do we play? I think he was referring to the Seattle Seahawks. But do the Hawks play? The Atlanta Hawks play tonight? I'm not sure. I gotta go check. Carson Wentz needs to start being the leader, like pregame speech. Should that get paid? Um, yeah, I think Carson Wentz should give more pregame speeches. I do agree with you on that. And quite honestly, man, I mean he's played well. I gotta give it to him. He's played well this year, yo. Coming into this season, I would say no. But for that team, obviously that team responds to him. The team likes him. The players like him. So yeah, I mean he looks better than Jared Goff right now. I mean right now he's playing better than Wentz. So yeah, he should get paid. Romo said a smart thing Sunday. Why didn't we use Miles Sanders in the passing game? He is a mismatch on linebackers. He has speed. I agree with you. That's a great question. I was surprised we didn't see that a little more. Now I know it was a couple of plays they tried to run it, but Jamie Collins it did a great job of taking the wheel route away. Jamie Collins is a very very athletic linebacker. One who we could have had, by the way, instead of Zach Brown, who we cut eventually. But I wish we would have seen it more, man. But it's bad whenever your running back is your best deep threat wide receiver, yo. What's up, Malik Baker? Appreciate you tuning in. What's up, bro? Fly Eagles fly. That's right, fly Eagles fly. Big game Sunday, yo. What's up, Brandon Stewart? Appreciate you tuning in. Do y'all see the Eagles beating the Seahawks? I do think it's gonna happen. I do think the Eagles will get it done Sunday against the Seattle Seahawks at home. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be easy. But our backs against the wall, we gotta have it, and I think we get it done, yo. Who the TV people, Fox or CBS or NBC? Who's better? Oh, that's a good question. I kind of like them all, yo. I like Joe Buck on Fox. I think he has a very, distinctive type of voice. I must say, like, I was never a big Jim Nance guy, but I must say I do like listening to Tony Romo, man. Romo, I think, does a great job on the broadcasting, and Al Michaels is a legend, you know. But if I had to pick one, I'm gonna be a little biased. I'm gonna say the NBC crew with Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth, simply because they was on the call when the Eagles won the Super Bowl against the Patriots. I know that's probably a corny reason to pick them, but I'm gonna go with them because of that. I enjoy listening to them calling the Eagles Patriots Super Bowl, yo. That's right. What's going on, bro? It's going to be a difficult task to beat the Seahawks, but it's not impossible. It's going to be hard, but I definitely do think that we're going to get it done, yo. What's up, Lynn Halls? Appreciate you tuning in. We need Wentz in the playoff, get some experience. Yeah, it would be great to see Wentz get in the playoffs this year. The only problem is I don't think the Eagles are quite, you know, if Deshaun is completely healthy, they got a chance. But without a completely healthy Deshaun to have that speed receiver with all these underneath receivers we have, I don't think we could beat San Fran, Green Bay, New Orleans, Minnesota, maybe even Dallas or any of those teams, yo. Is this Phillip Rivers last year with the Chargers? If so, I think Chicago would be a good fit unless they find a good QB. Yes, I think it is Phillip Rivers last year with the Chargers. I think Phillip Rivers should just retire. Like, I don't even think the Bears should go try to get him, yo. I think the Bears should do better, like trying to see about Cam Newton. Phillip looks old, man. Like, Phillip was just awful last night, man. He makes a good play here and there, but man, he looking like Eli out there, yo. What's up, Truth Believer? Appreciate you tuning in. Go Cowboys, go Michigan Wolverines. Nick Saban don't respect his players. For that reason, I don't like him. Yeah, man. Nick lost a lot of points with me Saturday, yo. I don't agree with your two teams, by the way. I don't like and can't stand Dallas, and the only reason I have a problem with Michigan because I'm not a Harbaugh guy. Like, I just feel like he runs his mouth too much with little results. But yeah, man, it really was frustrating to see Tua go out like that, yo. Do you think Auburn can beat a Tua-less band? Oh, what's up, Keith Akins? Appreciate you tuning in. Do you think Auburn can beat a Tua-less Bama? I do. I do think Auburn can win that game, yo. Now, granted, I think Alabama could win the game also. I think it goes from Bama definitely being favored to now it being kind of like a toss-up. Bama defense gonna have to play like it did against Mississippi State, because Auburn could get after the court. Auburn got a really good defense. Auburn is the only defense that held LSU offense somewhat in check. Now LSU had the yards. LSU had over 500 yards of offense. Clyde Edwards-Helaire had over 100 yards rushing, 70 yards receiving. Burrow had over 300 yards passing, but he only threw one touchdown. That's the only game he only threw one touchdown. So, they got a really good defense, man. And they could give Alabama offensively some trouble, especially if Mac Jones goes into that game being a little nervous. You feel me? Um, but yeah, they can get it done. They can beat them, yo. Do you have for offensive and defensive MVP? Offensive MVP, I got Lamar Jackson from Baltimore. Defensive MVP, that's a good one. That's a good one, yo. I would have to say, to be honest, for me, I would say Stephon Gilmore, man. My defensive MVP would be Stephon Gilmore, the cornerback of the Patriots. I know Nick Bosa gonna get a lot of love. I definitely think he wins Defensive Rookie of the Year, hands down. But my Defensive Player of the Year for me would be Stephon Gilmore of the New England Patriots, man. That guy has just been an absolute lockdown corner this year, man. They put him on Zach Ertz at the end of the game, yo. He just absolutely dang this season, yo. But all right, y'all, man. Unfortunately, I gotta run. Once again, man, I thank everyone for tuning into the live, man. I enjoy doing this every Tuesday. I enjoy it. You ladies and gentlemen are great. Great conversation, yo. Great questions. Great comments. Really enjoy it, yo. Y'all stay tuned, man. I will do. It's a chance I may go to the LSU Arkansas game. It's a chance. I'll let y'all know for sure later in the week. If I do go, I'll try to do a live pregame and halftime and stuff like that. But yeah, man, y'all just stay tuned for the videos the rest of the week. And y'all hope y'all join me again next Tuesday for another live Q&A, man. Greatly appreciate the support. Greatly appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Until next time, man. Y'all have a blessed one.